Good morning. It's Stephen Rebell with Art in Power. Want to talk about that guy who's running for the for mayor of New York City, Mamdani, and what's going on with that. It seems, he seems like the natural progression of where the Democratic Party's been going for a while. It's like, okay, cool. It's almost a good thing. It's like you're showing your cards, like what you're really doing. So, this was like interesting. I'm gonna pull up my Tim Wrestler here. Mamdani, spelled Mamdani. Mamdani. Now, if you switch the D and the M, got Madman. I'm not saying that Mamdani is a madman. I think he's very calculated, and that's what makes him very scary. But I do think that only a madman would vote for him. But who's voting for him? It's the rich and well educated white people that are voting for these crazy policies, these politicians that are advocating for this kind of stuff, the socialism and whatnot. And what I'm talking about specifically is, he's talking about globalizing the Intifada. He's talking about taxing white neighborhoods. He's talking about that there shouldn't be billionaires, and that he's going to have, free healthcare, free buses, free this and that, government supermarkets, and he's going to pay for it by taxing the billionaires, which shouldn't exist. So eventually that system's going to break apart, right? So I guess then you're going to be left taxing millionaires. Which is, I guess, acceptable to Mamdani. But you think billionaires are like staked to the ground? They're going to be like, I'm out. I'm not paying for your freaking bus. It's ridiculous. And there's so many different aspects of this which are ludicrous. The whole idea that there shouldn't be billionaires, I think, is really threatening. I also think the idea of taxing a neighborhood because it's rich and white more is also extremely scary. But one at a time here. The fact that he thinks that there shouldn't be billionaires, you're basically putting a cap on incentive. You're saying you can only go so far, and then we're just going to take your stuff. So that you're de-incentivizing the individual, and you're incentivizing government, which we shouldn't be doing. It's people with vision. It's individuals that have ambition for everything that they get, and they deserve it. Like, you work hard and you amass money and power, I mean, that's what drives a, many people, for better or worse, and you can't take that away or try to constrain it. And I mean, because today they're only taxing billionaires, and like I said, next it'll be millionaires, next it'll be this or that, or you, the government, it's just like the government shouldn't be regulating what God you're worshiping. They shouldn't be regulating how much money is in your bank. This is an awful idea, and I'm not against free buses and free daycare and all this kind of stuff. I'm against how you're paying for it, and there's a difference. It's like, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling and dying or being catastrophically injured. I mean, and there is a difference. Like, show me the plan where it works. Like, I'm not opposed to these things. It's just like I'm not opposed to, electric vehicles or LED light bulbs, but show me how it's as good or better than what I'm already used to, and don't make my life worse because you got this plan, to give free health care. Well, I mean, free buses, free daycare. It's not realistic. You're not living in the real world. But I have a lot of respect for Fetterman from Pennsylvania. I mean, is just like, hey, this is not a good idea. I mean, I'm personally, like, surprised and delighted, and have a lot of newfound respect, and have for quite some time, for Fetterman. I don't like his attitude for the dress code, but I really respect him for speaking his mind and not being bullied by popular opinion, especially for something so wacky and dangerous. I mean, Fetterman is really, I have a lot of respect for him. I don't agree with a lot of what he thinks, but I mean, he's a real guy who's really talking about real things. Mamdani is pie in the sky, promising things that he can't come through on, and if he did come through on, would lead to chaos. So it's like, wow. I was just really impressed with Fetterman, a real straight shooter, and that's the kind of thing we need in politics. Not, saying what do you really mean, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors that comes along with politics, and I mean, Trump broke that system, and so you have to give it up to him for that, saying what actually is going on. So, yeah, like, Mamdani's crazy. He's not crazy, like I said at the front, but I mean, like, his ideas are crazy. But once again, to circle back around, it's the well-to-do that are voting for him, and the people that are well-educated. So the question still remains: why are people voting for this? Well, rich people can't afford to be wrong, for one thing. They can say, hey, deuces, I'm out. They can afford that. They can afford to experiment and let the middle class and the lower classes be the guinea pigs. You know, they can afford to defund the police because they can hire a bodyguard. You know, the people that are really going to suffer are the people that don't have the kind of money and power or the education that these other people do. It's maddening. It's maddening.